friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another December vlog. I'm still recovering from the illness and everything that I had last week, so this week I'm going to be taking it slow and trying to get back into the swing of things. But because I am actually incapable of being chill and not reading, I'm gonna be doing a reading challenge. First of all, I kind of wanted to go through the plan for the week. I need to do a lot of cleaning around the house. I obviously have been sick, and then the week prior to that we hosted, and I did a good job of cleaning up after we hosted, but there's just some stuff that I need to do that I wasn't able to do while I was sick. And last week was my partner's long week, so obviously there wasn't anything, he didn't have the time to help me with anything. So this week I need to be doing some cleaning. It's going to be kind of a little productive vlog, if you will, and then I want to really grind out some anime and my reading challenge. So I'm currently watching Fruits Basket. This is a romance. It's 63 episodes, which is absolutely crazy. Recently lost her mother, and she was living in a tent in the woods, and then one of the male main characters' family lives in the area, and he invites her to come live with them. And it's him, his cousin, I believe, and another guy from their clan. And she finds out that they all have powers, and they're based on the zodiac animals. So the year of the rat, the year of the cat. There's tension within the clans, and there's angst and stuff. But overall, the main character is very optimistic and all about finding joy in the little things and being a good person. And she just brings out the best in the other characters, which is nice. I think I'm 7 or 8 episodes into the first season. There's 3 of them. I'm really enjoying it. There's already been a little bit of romantic tension. I'm already very interested to see where the romances are going to go. And I was doing some Googling, and I hope I wasn't spoiled for something that happens at the end. What I think happens. I'm gonna sob, because if I watch 63 episodes and then this thing happens, it's gonna take me out. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's talk about my reading plans, and then we'll get into the vlog and have a good week and enjoy a productive but slow and cozy week. We're all about slow productivity here. We're not about pushing ourselves and giving into hustle culture and constantly feeling like we have to be productive. So slow productivity is the name of the game here. That's what we're going to do this week, but let's talk about my reading plans first. All right, so if you watched my last vlog, you'll know that I'm currently reading Twilight. I switched over to my hardback copy, 227 pages in. I have been annotating it. This is the special edition cover that I have, but it says Twilight on it, so we're just gonna hold it. I decided that I want to do a reread of the whole series, so I think my reading challenge for the week, because I literally just cannot chill, is I'm gonna try to read the entire series by the end of the week. I have been flying through this, even annotating, which usually slows me down. I have been flying through my reread. And it's such an interesting experience because I'm reading it with 2 separate brains. Twilight is the thing that got me into reading. The first time I read it, I was in 6th grade, and I experienced a community around reading that I had never had before. My history with reading is long and emotional and all of that, but I really believe that Twilight got me into reading, and I found a lot of community and love in reading Twilight with my friends, and it was just an amazing experience. So I'm reading this through the lens of nostalgia, but I'm also reading this through the lens of adult Ashley, and I definitely have my criticisms, but overall I'm having a good time. And it's been about 12 years since I've read the full series. So I think I want to do a reread. I think that's my plan, and I want to do it by the end of the week. That might be a little bit crazy, and it's not very chill of me, but I think that's the reading challenge that we're going to have in place for the vlog. So let's get into the vlog. Let's see what I can do. Let's see what I get done, and let's have a good week. Okay, I just finished episode 15, which I think is my 8th or 9th, maybe more episodes for the day, which is just unheard of for me, but I am freaking loving Fruits Basket. It's so cute and endearing, and I can tell it's just gonna be absolutely heartbreaking. And I love the characters. Toru is such an interesting main character. I definitely feel like there's some stuff we need to flesh out with her, but Kyo and the other dude are interesting love interests, and the angst of all of them like being in love with each other but not being able to touch. Whew. I'm feeling it, and I still have a long way to go. I'm on episode 15 of 63, so we'll see how it goes. But I do think that I want to take a break and read. This is my little carrying pouch for my book and my annotation stuff and all of that. So I think I'm going to start reading Twilight again. I'm going to read it for a couple of hours, and then I might watch some Twitch. I might watch more Fruits Basket. Who knows? But I'm feeling reading, so.
Is obviously awful and available. I think you should ask Andrew out back and her voice asking, is this serving you? I think about proving to Meredith that
So I just finished season 1 of Fruits Basket. 25 episodes of an anime or any show in 3 days is absolutely insane for me. I took like no breaks. I read like a little bit, but I've spent the last 3 days watching this anime, season 1, and it's incredible. I know that by the end I'm gonna be sobbing my eyes out. I can just feel it. It's so good. I think it's just brilliant. The exploration of the characters, the emotions, the trauma, the grief, the healing. It's beautiful, and I'm just so interested to see where the overall plot goes, because I feel like this first season was a lot of like introing characters and getting them all together, and like their Toru's impact on them, and like how they became like close, and like how they're going to tackle season 2 and 3 going forward, like as a group. And so I'm just so interested to see what the overall plot is, because I don't feel like we don't know a ton of like what's actually happening. I was going to go work out, but I think I want to go home and watch more of this season 2. So I think that's the plan. I love it so much. It's so good. So it's Monday, and we did it. We finished Twilight. Look at those annotations. I had quite a lot to mark up and write. That means that it is time to move on to New Moon. These are the Bookish Box special edition dust jackets. I've had these for years. When I was a kid, I had the mass market paperback of Twilight, I had the regular paperback of New Moon, and then I had the hardback of Eclipse and Breaking Dawn. So I had to replace New Moon and Twilight. But what's cool is that I will then be reading the original Eclipse and Breaking Dawn in these covers. I still have my obviously original Twilight and New Moon, but I'm annotating these, so that's pretty cool. It's like 560 pages, so I think Breaking Dawn is like 800 pages. I should be able to at least get to Breaking Dawn by the end of the week, but I need to like really push myself. It's been a while since I've like read like this, where I have had like a reading page goal in mind. Even when I do like 24-hour challenges and stuff, I don't have like a goal in mind of how many I want to read. I'm just reading as much as I can. So knowing that I have kind of a goal of how many pages I need to read, it's quite overwhelming. But we're gonna start New Moon. I kind of want to watch some Fruits Basket, so we'll see. Between wanting to watch Fruits Basket and wanting to get this reading challenge done, I feel like maybe I can't do it, but I believe in myself. Figure out how many pages I need to read between now and Thursday when I'm ending this video. So I'm not optimistic, but we'll see. Hopefully I can at least, like I said, get to Breaking Dawn. We'll see. I do think I want to read Midnight Sun. I don't own it. I don't like it. I own the audiobook. I got it years and years ago. I think I've tried to read the audiobook twice. Like, I've read it twice, and I gave them 2 stars both times. But I feel like if I'm going to read the series, then I need to read Midnight Sun. But I'm not like considering it as part of this challenge to read all the books this week. Anyways, I'm going to do some reading, I think, and just try to get started. The fact that I'm annotating, I think, is affecting things a little bit, but I want to have the annotations in there of like how I'm feeling in 2025. 2024? Jesus. 2024. So, I'm going to get to reading. Maybe I'll try to read like 100 pages, do an episode of Fruits Basket or 2. Friends, it's Monday evening, and I've been spending the last couple of hours watching people play Path of Exile 2, but I've also been reading New Moon. I am 122 pages in. Earlier this evening, one of my cats decided that he wanted to lay on my book for like 2 hours, so I did end up being forced to watch a couple of episodes of Fruits Basket, and this season's gonna be good. I am 122 pages into New Moon, and I did not anticipate myself to feel as emo with Bella as I did. Obviously, everybody knows what happens in this novel, especially in the beginning, and a lot of relatable stuff in here. A lot of like depression and grief and stuff that is not very difficult to read, but is like, damn, you know, you like really feel for her. You understand what she's going through, like what she's feeling, even if you weren't like a teenager who fell in love with a 108-year-old vampire and he left you for no reason. Well, not no reason, but you can relate to like the depression aspect and like trying to act normal, and like having a reason to exist but not feeling like you are really there. And it's kind of hitting in a crazy way that I was not expecting. So I definitely have been tabbing it up and writing my thoughts and underlining so much, and I'm genuinely shocked by how into this I am. Like with the first one, I was reading it and scoffing at the silliness and also remembering things from like being 12, like reading it, and also like fully in my adulthood having thoughts. I'm actually reading this, like I haven't read it 50,000 times, and it's interesting. I'm gonna continue reading it for the rest of the night. I have to read 649 pages per day to finish all the books by Thursday. I am in such a weird headspace. Like I've had some very good days recently, but this weather is just like completely messing with my head, which sucks. A nightmare on my head and my sinuses, which just like ruins my whole mood because I can't work out, because I can't breathe, and then I have a headache, and then I'm tired, and it's just a mess. So really all I've been in the mood to do is read, which I guess is good because I'm trying to do this challenge, but also that is kind of annoying because, okay, an aside rant. I have had Everand on and off for years at this point. It was originally named, I cannot remember the original name of it. It was like rebranded this year, but it used to be, it's always been like an audiobook platform that I've had for a long time. I liked it over things like Audible because it had like an unlimited catalog that you could pay like X amount of money a month, and it would give you 10 listens, 10 books to listen to for the month. Well, they did like a premium subscription now where you get kind of like Audible, where you pay, you know, X amount a month and you unlock their like secret category, and you have like 3 picks for the week or whatever from their secret category. I have not done the upgrade. I've heard people like nonstop complaining about the upgrade, so I haven't done it. And I haven't listened to that many audiobooks on Everand this month since my renewal. I listened to Kiss Her Once for Me, which I finished this morning. Aside to the aside, great Christmas romance, sapphic, fantastic, love the angst, 4 stars. But then started Two Twisted Crowns. It's the second book in, it's like a historical fantasy romance situation, kind of dark, gloomy, very fun. I liked the first one. I wanted to pick up the second one because it's duology, it's the end of a series, blah, blah, blah. Everand had it. I listened to maybe like 2 hours of it on 2 times speed, and then it just cut off. It said that I was done with the whole audiobook, so then I like went to the book page and it said that I had to unlock the story, which is just so frustrating. They usually have like a titles available section where you click it and then it has like popular titles that you can't access yet, and so like these 2 titles are available my new renewal period, which is the 27th of December. But like none of my other books got stuck. So when you go to it, it says sample and unlock, and then when you unlock, you have to like choose a type. So 3 unlocks for $16.99 a month, or 1 unlock for $11.99 a month. That's crazy. I am still reading New Moon, so while I'm here at home, I'm gonna read this. I am 220 pages in. I don't know what I'm gonna listen to, but for the rest of the day, I'm gonna try to get comfy and read New Moon. I'm in like a weird headspace, I think, and I'm trying to just like relax. So that's enough about books. I'm gonna get to reading, and we'll talk later, maybe when my head is like, I have things to say, like, yeah. Okay, so I just got home from work and I had to stop and get us some drinks. So I decided to pick up Poppy. Now, I have tried the other influencer soda that's not a soda and I did not like it. But I thought we could try this. It's the strawberry, lemon, whatever. We'll try it and we'll see how it goes. But while I was there, I also saw and decided to pick up a couple of things to try. So first up is Chamberlain Coffee's Cinnamon Bun Latte with oat milk. I know that Chamberlain Coffee is obviously Emma Chamberlain, never watched her, don't know a ton about her. I know she came out with a coffee brand that I have never tried. I'm pretty sure it's pretty expensive, so I saw the canned version at Target and decided to try it. It is cinnamon bun. And then I decided to cosplay as Tamika and I got 2 Alani's to try. These are energy drinks, so I'm probably just gonna try one for the day. I think it would be pretty wasteful to try both of them right now. This is Cherry Slush and Dream Float. She gave me a full rundown of Alani. This woman knows her Alani. They didn't have any of the flavors that she recommended I get based on what I like, but I think I'm gonna try the Dream Float with my lunch. But I wanted to talk about some things that I've been thinking and feeling and all of that, but I'm gonna eat my lunch first so that I have a little bit of a clearer mind and I'm not like all over the place and kind of doom and gloom. Alright, my hair is so frizzy because I'm on a bit of a hair journey. If you'll notice, like, I have very long hair and it tends to be very, very curly and it's very, very thick. Not very curly, it's like decently curly, wavy, whatever. Pretty thick, and my whole life I have been just like letting it air dry. I wash it at night and then sleep on it. I know you're not supposed to do that, whatever. I've had some scalp issues and I think it's just because I have so much hair that my scalp just never gets dry, or it takes like a long time to get dry. So I blow dried it. I never do anything with my hair, I just let it be. I blow dried it. It took for fucking ever. My hair feels so good. It feels so much better. I used conditioner. I did all of that and it feels fantastic, but it's so frizzy and I don't know what to do about that and if I even care, because it just feels great. So I think I'm gonna do that going forward. That being said, I do think I need to get like a heat protectant or whatever, and like maybe a frizzy. Are there things that do both? I need that. Alani Dream Float review. This is so fucking good. Like, this is insanely good. I don't really drink energy drinks, so I definitely don't think this would be like a common thing for me to drink. Wow, this is delicious. It's pretty sweet. It's orange float, whatever, you know? So I wanted to talk about how I've been feeling lately. It has been very rainy and gloomy the past couple, well, really just today, which I adore. I adore the rain. I enjoy like dark, moody days. For some reason, it's just put me in this like half nostalgic, half crisis mood where, like, between reading Twilight and the rain and all of that, I have been feeling very like nostalgic for something that doesn't even exist, never existed in my childhood. It just has been making me feel a certain kind of way. And then on the other hand, I have been feeling very like disconnected creatively. I have been making a ton of different types of videos over the past year, but I feel like I have lost a little bit of my like creative identity and I've been struggling to get it back. I don't know, like, I just feel like I haven't been showing up for myself and you guys in the way that I used to. We have a lot of new faces here, so some of you might not know, but I originally started my channel back in 2020 doing books. I had a whole thing happen with my mental well-being. I changed over to lifestyle, like vloggy stuff, because I wanted to be honest with my audience and find a group of people that had similar experiences and could relate and maybe needed someone that looked like them, like a normal person, telling them relatable things, like experiences that people don't talk about, or just stuff like that. And so I made the switch, and I made it pretty hard. I was very open, made several videos about my PMDD diagnosis, and I feel like I have gotten more and more closed off. And I think part of that is having started therapy. I felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to, and I felt so alone that I wanted to use this as sort of a diary, but also talk to people that also felt the same way that I did. And since I've started therapy, I have not only has my mental well-being improved, but I also have someone that I pay money to listen to me talk about all of these things. So it just changes your capacity. It changes your priorities as far as sharing with others. But I don't want that to be the case. I still feel this huge responsibility in the best possible way to explore and advocate for mental health through my creative process and through my art. And I feel like I have just been not fulfilling that side of my soul. You have a certain like feeling of identity wrapped into your art. That's I feel like every artist feels that. And so when you have pieces or photos or pottery or whatever you do, when you have things that you're creating that you don't feel fulfilled by, or they're just not hitting the way that they should or they used to, it's time to change it up, and it's time to like evaluate why that is. And I want to do that. I want to be open and honest with the things that I'm experiencing. I don't want to feel so closed off. And I think that's why over the past couple of months, I've only been talking about books and media and stuff, and I haven't really let you guys in on what's going on in my head. And I'm always in my head, I'm always thinking, I'm always spiraling about something, and so I feel like I've closed you guys off, and it just doesn't feel like why I made the content that I was making. And also a little bit of like my identity, because healing parts of yourself that are so loud for so long brings up a lot of like feelings of incompleteness, a lot of like, I don't know who I am. I've always only thought of myself this way, or I've always felt this way. And when you start thinking and feeling differently, you start questioning who you are, which in a way is fantastic, because like you're getting to that point where you're thinking about life after depression, life after whatever. Not that there is necessarily an after for me, but when that part of yourself is not so big that you can start seeing the other parts, and the other parts start having voices, it like makes you reevaluate stuff, I guess is the best way to put it. So I have just been feeling very introspective, and I've been thinking about my life going forward, and like a lot of big things, like my consumption and my spending habits, and what I want the next year of my life to look like, and where I want to be this time next year. Like I have a lot of goals that I will talk about at the end of the year. This is not like a goals video. I have things that I want to do next year. I want to travel more. Stuff that I never thought that I would do in like the deepest depression state that I've ever been. I never imagined myself like wanting to travel and wanting to experience new things. And so I'm looking at who I want to be this time next year, and the habits that I want to have, and like who I am as a person, like what my core values are, like the things that have always been there but were hard to access and hard to give name to and very easy to ignore. It's kind of a mind fuck. Like I said, when you have been depressed for as long as you can remember, and you've been dealing with traumas and trauma responses, it's very easy to get completely lost in just trying to survive. That's hard. And it's also hard to like come out of it and be, I don't know how to explain it, and I wish that I could like be very eloquent about it, but that's just kind of what I've been mulling over. And I wanted to be very honest with you guys, and if you have found me through my book videos and you're watching this and you're like, well, I didn't sign up for mental health and all that, I completely understand, but that is like the core of who I am. I wanted to be a therapist growing up. Like, I was in college for it. I have always been someone that wanted to help people deeply. That's not the path that my life is going to take. I just want to give in a way that feels fulfilling for me, and that is sharing experiences and being a normal person on the internet with like autism and ADHD and PMDD and depression and CPTSD and the long laundry list of things. And I want to show up as myself and be honest, so that anybody watching who has ever experienced one thing of all of the things can find some solace in my stuff. And I don't want to feel hollow. I want to show up as myself. I don't know how to not show up as myself, and I feel like for the past couple of months I haven't been like not myself. I haven't been putting on like a facade. I have been genuinely myself, but there's parts of me that I've been keeping locked away. That's not to say that like every single video that I put out is going to be all mental health, all like this is my life and how mentally I'm doing and all of that. I don't want to feel like I'm closing off a part of myself, especially because I feel like that's why I'm making videos. It's like, I don't want to say that like my videos are life-changing, because they're not, and I don't necessarily want to be life-changing for anybody. That's not like my goal, but I want someone to click on a video of mine and feel like they're seen and they're understood. Like, that is the basic human desire, is to feel seen and understood and connected to other people. And I want you to feel that way when you watch my videos. I want to feel that way with my community. That's just kind of where I have been at. I haven't necessarily been spiraling in a bad way, but it was just this moment where I had this like realization that of why I haven't been feeling like myself in my videos. And yeah, this like 15-20 minute clip has just made me feel really good, and I'm glad that I made this decision. I'm glad that I film this clip and like am kind of bringing you guys in, because I feel like I could have to be more open and not really addressed it, but I feel like this is a conversation that I wanted to have with you guys. All that is to say, if you are with me from when I made book videos, or you found me recently, or you've been watching since I switched to lifestyle, I really appreciate you for sticking around, for watching my videos, even if it's just like one here or there. And I hope that everything that you need from my videos are what you get, and that I hope that you feel connected and seen and understood and heard. That's it. Time to stop being so melodramatic, I think. Okay, I'm back to yap some more. Part of my productivity for the week is to get some stuff done around the house, like some cleaning and getting rid of old products, or using old products. I'm one of those people that I love a clean house, but don't look in any of my closets. So I want to get that fixed by the end of the year. Part of that for today is to go through all of my like makeup / skincare products. I don't wear makeup, but for some reason I just own makeup, and I don't really do skincare, but for some reason I own skincare. A lot of it's been gifted to me from my mom and stuff, but regardless, the current skincare that I try to use is this natrium glycolic acid. I've used that like maybe once or twice, and then I double moisturize. I don't know if that's a thing you need to do, but I use the La Roche-Posay double repair, and also the CeraVe for normal to dry skin. I have like combo skin, but my partner has dry skin, so I just use what he uses. And then I also use Aquaphor at night on top of my moisturizer. And then I have a ton of other skincare stuff that I need to go through and determine what I am gonna do with it. I know that a good portion of what I was gifted burns my skin and like fucks up my skin. I don't know if I've actually gone through and gotten rid of the stuff that fucks up my skin or not, but I'm gonna go through my bucket of shame and get rid of what I can't use. So I thought we could do that together. So my bucket of shame, let's do it, I guess. So I think I'm gonna throw out these. These are like lip balms, but they're like SPF, and they're really pretty colors. I don't know if you can tell, but they're like really horrible texture. And I have sensory issues. I'm autistic, so I have sensory issues. And all of these are like horribly sticky, and I hate the way that they look. So those are gonna go. Oh, the other one's right here. This as well. So this is the full set of skincare that my mom gave me. So Meaningful Beauty skincare. We have some night cream, glowing serum I might keep. It's like supposed to just make your skin dewy. The décolletage and neck treatment, anti-aging cream, and lifting eye cream. I don't know what of these products burns my face, but I've tried each of them. They all do. I say I don't know, but I do know. I have tried all of these, and my skin does not react well to any of these. Like, they all have had terrible effects on my skin. I might take them to my boss and see if she's interested in any of them. She has 2 daughters, so maybe one of them is interested. I don't want to throw them out because they're all pretty much full, but I can't use them. They like burn my face. Okay, the rest of the stuff, oh, my camera's dying. Okay, the rest of the stuff is just like stuff that I need to throw out, and like extra toothpaste and stuff. I am gonna keep some skincare stuff that I'm unsure of. So I think okay, well that fell on my head and then died. So I have this coffee bean eye cream, Bare Minerals Skin Rever-Upper. Okay, it's some sort of like moisturizer thing. Those things are what I'm keeping for skin. And then I also have just like a Aveeno cleanser, and I know that this is old. It's like the Bombshell Curvaceous. So this is old and probably expired. And then I have my Maybelline Sky High that Tamika recommended to me when I was gonna try to get into makeup, which I still want to do. So we're gonna keep this. Everything else is kind of like just stuff to pack up and like fix up. So that's that for this. I'm gonna clean up now. So these are the things that I'm keeping to add to my skincare. We have coffee bean eye cream, vitamin C serum, pore treatment, bare vitamins, whatever, hyaluronic acid, and I guess I'll try the glow thing. I'm just not getting the best angle, light angles, whatever this week. We're just doing the same shit. I finished New Moon. Lots of thoughts that I was not anticipating that I would think. This one historically was my least favorite in the series. I had a lot of opinions about this that I wasn't really expecting, like I said. Particularly how much better of a love interest Jacob is than Edward. Obviously, like, this book is not Edward at his best, right? But Jacob is just, before Eclipse, okay, because there's something that happens in Eclipse, in my opinion, okay, we'll talk about that with Eclipse, but in my opinion, Jacob's character completely changes. But New Moon feels like the Jacob that he was supposed to be. And then Stephenie Meyer made some changes for reasons that we'll discuss when we get there, but I think that objectively Jacob is a better person and a better love interest for Bella. It's very obvious who the winner is. It's very obvious who Bella loves the most and who like her true love is for the story. I don't think anybody reading this thought any different, but it's shocking to me on this reread how much I liked Jacob and how much I appreciated him as a character and feel like he just is a better person than Edward is at this point. I gotta keep stressing that because is the most consistent character in this book. He continually shows up for Bella in a way that none of the other characters do. Up to this point, it's very obvious that just emotionally, Jacob is the most mature of anyone in the series, but especially between the two of them. I am on the other side of some really deep depression episodes. I have obviously gotten help for them and I know how to kind of look at them in a different way, but I still understand being there. I understand what that feels like, and I understand that moment when you come out of it when it's like, that's literally a PMDD episode. Like the worst episodes that I've ever had. The world has no color and then one day you wake up and everything has color again. And that's the experience that Bella has. It's like not great color and everything's still kind of gray and shitty, but she starts to realize that like she was living on autopilot. And those scenes are very powerful. The scenes where she's trying to live again. The scenes where she's trying to like act normal are powerful, and also when she realizes that she has not been living. Overall, my perspective of Jacob's character and like this book has completely shifted. And it's so interesting to look at this from a lens of a 28-year-old instead of a 12-year-old who like simped hard for Edward, wanted Edward in the book and was mad that Edward wasn't in it. And it's so interesting to see her character progression. We'll see how like this book affects the rest of the books and how I view the rest of the books, you know, because I don't think that I've read Eclipse or Breaking Dawn since I was in high school, I think is the last time I read them. So I'm gonna get into Eclipse and we'll see how I feel. And this is kind of where Jacob's like character deterioration starts. So so I tried this half-baked harvest recipe. It's supposed to be soup. This is like half done. There's only 2 of us, and I added the peppers myself because they were just like leftover peppers that needed to be added, but okay, let's hope it's good. Let's talk about meaningless shit because I'm in a tizzy this morning and I don't feel like raging and I want to improve my mood. So first up, my partner and I tried the cherry slush version of the Alani. So good. The Dream Float was incredible. But I drank way too much caffeine yesterday. I had 2 cups of coffee and then the full energy drink, and I split the second energy drink with my partner. So I really struggled to go to sleep, which was not fun. Other thing is I'm currently using the Tower 28 lip gloss in pistachio lip jelly, sorry. I was on a Reddit for autistic people things. I looked it up, like best lip gloss balm whatever for autistic people, because like I have sensory issues and I hate sticky on my lips, and this was recommended. It is a little bit sticky, but it's definitely like the least sticky that I found, and I really like it. And I think it does wonders for the color of my lips. So, love that. I found it in I was switching out my purses yesterday, and I found this in my bag and was like, oh yeah, I do have this. I'm so bad about buying products and forgetting about it, which is like one of the habits that I'm trying to like stop. And then I thought we could try the Chamberlain coffee together. We'll see how it goes. I have like my regular coffee here in case it's absolutely disgusting. I'm hoping that it's not. I don't remember how much this was, but Also, we tried the poppy. It was very okay. It had a bad aftertaste, but the actual flavor was not bad. It was like a pretty mild, like strawberry lemonade flavor, but let's try this. Smells like canned coffee. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's like, I think the cinnamon bun flavor is the problem. I think the flavoring is the problem. Otherwise, this tastes like every other canned or bottled coffee that you can get. So it says it's sweeter. Can't imagine what the original tastes like because this isn't like super sweet, but it's not bad. I could definitely drink it and drink my other coffee, so that's probably what I will do. I'm alone in the office, so I'm debating whether I want to watch some anime or if I want to start Eclipse. I don't know.
Nice, we got the waypoint.
I am convinced that it is impossible to be depressed with the holy trinity of the descents in the club. Just a little bit, and candy shop. Alright, so it is Friday evening. It's about 7 o'clock, and about an hour ago I finished Eclipse. As you can tell by my tabs or lack thereof, I really did not enjoy this one, and it's kind of ruined my mood. There's just a lot with the characters that I don't like. I feel like Jacob's character just completely changes for the purpose of like making Edward the better option, and there's just like the story sucks and it just ruined all my desire to read the fourth one. So I think I'm gonna hold off on that. Who knows if we'll come back to it, but right now I'm between going back to Jade War and reading something else. I have just been in a very like weird headspace. I think in our last talk we talked about how I've just been dealing with like identity and some stuff, and like I talked about it with my therapist, and she recommended some compassion, like meditations and stuff for me to do and practices for me to do. Maybe I need to be focusing on that, but also I feel like I need to do a lot of work on like myself and my art. And so it's just been putting me in like a pretty disconnected mindset, I would say, where I'm kind of like not fully here. And something that I have realized that I need to do when I do that is like I either need to be watching someone game or I need to read quick, fun, spicy stories. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. As much as I don't only want to talk about mental health when it's bad, I'm kind of like in a weird space, so. Okay, well that's amazing because my camera was not recording. I finished Frost. This was not quite the like romantic-y romance with a fantasy that I was anticipating, but it was good. I was expecting like a Scarlet Sinclair. That's kind of what I went in wanting, just something that I could just like read and have fun with, but not be like really intense fantasy. A little bit more intense, I guess, than what I was anticipating, but not like too much. It's basically a romantasy set in like on a bachelor situation. Theron's a fae living in the human world, and she just gets cheated on and broken up with, and so she has no prospects in life, and she gets brought in by the fae king to be to participate in bachelor situation because he needs a queen, but he can't fall in love because he'll kill whoever he falls in love with. And they obviously have like a reluctant attraction / romance. It was a little bit more involved than I was anticipating, a little less romance than I was really looking for, but I enjoyed it. I would be interested for sure to finish out the series, or at least go on to the second one and see how I feel about it. I can't say that the ending was entirely guessable, but it was still fun. The writing was good, and I was like intrigued by the way the story is going to go, because I feel like the typical romantasy beats were a little subverted, which is cool. And then I also started Soul of a Witch, third and final book in the Souls trilogy. I gave the first one 5 stars, gave the second one 4 stars. I'm enjoying this one more than the second one. I will say there's been a lot more time separating them, and because the stories kind of follow the same timeline, separation, like, I think is benefiting me a little bit. But essentially this whole series follows this one town that is like, it has a portal, the veil is thin, and there's a cult in the town who is trying to summon an old god, and you have like various characters that are related to that idea in some way. The main character in this one is a witch, and she's part of the family that leads the cult, and she finds out that she has like this ancestral home, and she has a demon who is guarding her family's like bloodline. I'm not very far in. I think I'm like maybe 10% of the way through, and so far, like I said, I'm definitely enjoying it more than the second one in the series. The first one was really good because I think it was just like new. I think I had read one other thing by Harlow Rowe, but this might have been my first one, and having read very few horror romances that were like really popular and had really good writing, I was just blown away. And then the second one, like I said, followed the same timeline, so it was a little bit like iffy, but this one seems like it's going to be super fun. The hero is like a demon, and he kind of led demon armies, but he's also very like kind of fun and irreverent and interesting. I will probably be reading those things for the rest of the weekend. I am a little bit better mentally, but I kind of just want to relax for the rest of the weekend. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I would love to talk down below about how your week went, what you read, what you did. Please consider subscribing if you're looking for more content like this. I am focusing on vlogs for the month of December. However, I have a varied backlist of videos. Please consider checking any of them out that interest you. All of my social medias will be linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.